Good evening and welcome to the fourth episode of the Chanticleer podcast. I am Hayden as fifth quarter CCU. I'm joined by Josh out of Texas State, Sidelines Texas State. It's a affiliation of college sports, if I'm not mistaken. Josh, do you want to give me your intro and your affiliation with Texas State?
Yes, sir. First of all, I appreciate you having me on. Again, he said it. My name is Josh. I'm with Sidelines Texas State. I've been with them for about I guess going on close to a year now. Not quite a year, but almost. I went to Texas State in 2009 to 2010. Both my brothers graduated there. My dad went there, so a lot of family ties to Texas State as well. I've been a fan ever since 2012 when they made the jump to FBS. I've kind of watched I watched their basketball program a little bit beforehand, even when I was in high school somewhat, but I can't say I've been a fan my whole life. I grew up a Texas Longhorn fan, unfortunately, but I jumped ship as soon as possible. So it's been all Texas State since 2012 for sure.
There you go. Yeah, so a lot of us out here, especially on the East Coast, not a lot of us have been to Texas. I've been to Texas a couple of times, and I've actually toured SMU, TCU, and North Texas. I've always been in like the Dallas area and North Texas, East Texas. Now, and you informed me earlier before we joined. It's not San Marcos, as a lot of us love to pronounce over here. It's actually San Marcos. So that was a good learning experience today. Now, what is San Marcos? What is it like over there? What's some fun things to do around the college and around the town?
Okay, it's definitely so San Marcos is definitely a college town, first of all. So, some people will say like you go to Austin, they'll call Texas or Austin a college town with UT and whatnot, but Austin's huge, so you don't really get that college vibe when you're there. At least I don't. When you're in San Marcos, you definitely know it is a college town. I mean, we got the river, so you can go to the river. You got the square. It is known for being a party school, so we have the square, which is just a whole bunch of bars lined up in a square. You can go bar hop. There's something for everybody there. Basically, if you're more like into the club type environment, there's some of those establishments seem more like a club, and there's if you just like a traditional bar. There's that. So there's a little something for everybody, and as far as that goes, um, but San Marcos is just the campus is beautiful. The river, like I said, runs right through it. So you'll see people out and about, just riding their bikes, playing at the river, whatnot. So it's a gorgeous city.
Yeah, it sounds like I have to go there next time Coastal plays. I've always wondered what exactly is in San Marcos. I,
Oh yeah.
I, I kind of pictured it being like the school I was going to in West Virginia, where we had 1,000 kids and a Sheetz gas
Oh
station.
no. So Texas State is, I think the student body right now is at 38,000 plus. It's
Wow.
one of the largest schools in Texas. Yeah, it's a big school. It's
Yeah,
definitely
I
a
did
big
not know that.
yes
What
sir.
is the one thing we were talking earlier? Texas State is a part of 12 teams in the FBS in the state of Texas. It actually is responsible for 9% of college football teams are located in Texas. And ironically enough, when we go to the 12-team playoff, if they do, there's a chance, it won't happen, but there's a chance that all Texas teams could, yeah, as 12 spots. But what are some things that Texas State needs to do to kind of compete, draw some more recruits, kind of steal those guys from UT, Texas Tech, A&M, maybe steal some guys from SMU, TCU. And I know one thing here at Coastal, we're doing a $15 million football indoor practice facility. So that's one thing that's helping out. And just finished our stadium renovations. We're at 21,000 seats. Go on Bobcat Stadium. What do you think Texas State needs to do to start stealing some
I
recruits?
mean, the first thing it starts with winning. We need to win. As far as facilities and go, I think we're probably right up there with the best in the Sun Belt right now. And as you know, the Sun Belt is an up and coming conference. It, in my opinion, it's probably the second best non A5 conference right now, right outside of the American. And I'd say that it's pushing the American. It doesn't have the popularity as the American does yet, but it's getting close to that level. If some of these if a team like Texas State and a few other teams could build themselves up just a bit, and while at the same time Coastal and App and Louisiana and whatnot just maintain where they're at, and then this is going to be a hell of a conference top to bottom. But in regards to Texas State, yeah, first it's just winning. We did just get a new AD. A lot of people will put blames on our previous athletic director for not getting things done and whatnot. But we literally just hired a new AD, which is exciting. He has been with the school for 17 years, but he's already putting himself out there, doing interviews and whatnot, like more than I ever remember the last AD doing. So that's a start. But we got to win. We got to win. This is Coach Spavital's third year. I think things are trending in the right direction. It's hard to say because we haven't seen those wins just yet. The offense has made improvements, but it starts with winning, and then from there, I think the rest will follow.
Yeah, winning for sure. On one thing, looking at you guys' schedule last year, y'all went 2-10. I was doing some game by game, looking at them for this year. I think you guys do improve in the win column for sure. One thing that I think does help kind of gain recruits is hosting Power 5 teams. It has that in your back pocket, like teams like App State. They can say that they've hosted Miami. They play UNC, South Carolina, Tennessee, Penn State, Michigan a couple of times, beat Michigan that one time. Now, if I'm looking at your schedule correctly, it says you guys played Baylor. Is that actually at home, or is that being
Yeah,
played?
that's at home. That's in San Marcos. Yeah, that's at home this year.
So you
So
guys
we did what is it 1-2 with them or whatever it's called. So we got one home game against them, and then the next 2 years we go to Waco. So we did a 1-for-2 type deal with them.
yeah,
Not
that's
bad.
cool.
We've had other big 12 teams here as well. I think we had Texas Tech here. Um, that might be the only one. But then we had Houston here. That was a sellout. And we had Navy here. That was a sellout. And we had SMU here last year. Unfortunately, it was a COVID year, so it's tough to say what that crowd would have been like. But I think they came in ranked that last year. I think, or if not, just outside the top 25. So I think that probably would have been a pretty big crowd too. So yeah, and I think we got Arizona State coming here in a couple years.
Yeah, that definitely helps when you get some of those big teams coming there. Definitely helps with recruiting and definitely selling tickets, drawing a huge crowd. I think Baylor, that should be an easy sellout. How many seats does Bobcat Stadium hold?
How many seats? 30,000 is our official capacity, but like when we sold out that first game as our first home FBS game against Tech, I think we had 33 or 34,000. So it can go past 30. 30 is just the number that I guess they say is the official number or whatnot.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, yeah. So going over your schedule, like I said, last year 2-10. I do see some cases where, I mean, you could go 4-8 this year, 5-7, maybe 6-6. I think Baylor. I hate to say it. I think Baylor will win that game.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, I like to see Texas State keep it close. Being in the Sun Belt, hosting, a major Power 5 team. But you guys are at FIU week 2. That should be a win. FIU hasn't won a game since they beat Miami. I think they're on like a 6-game losing streak. Or
Is that factual? They haven't won since they beat Miami. I remember that game against Miami. They haven't won since then.
I'm about 90. I would probably say 97% sure that they have not won a game since they beat Miami. I think they went
Wow.
with this last year. And if they did win a game, it was probably against some FCS. I'm almost certain that they have not won a game since they beat Miami.
Goodness gracious.
And then you guys have a Incarnate Word. Yeah, I've seen that name on a few schedules. I don't even know where they're from.
They're in San Antonio. It's a FCS school, but they're new to FCS. Well, within the last few years, they moved up to FCS. I think they were D2 before that. So yeah, they're I think they're in the Southland Conference, the conference Texas State moved up from before they became FBS now. So if I'm not mistaken, I think they're in the Southland Conference, and they're located in San Antonio, which is, like I said, about 45 minutes from us. But yeah, that should be a win, right? So
Yeah, definitely. I have you guys at 2-1. First 3 games. I kind of figured they were from Texas. I think I've seen them play like Baylor, some other teams like that in Texas. I've always seen them pop up every now and then. Your last non-conference game, though, is at Eastern Michigan, a team that Coastal was supposed to play last year at Eastern Michigan. Unfortunately, we couldn't because of COVID. I think that's a toss-up game. Spending some time in Michigan as a kid, I have to go with Eastern. I don't know what they have coming back, but I feel like that could, if that game was at Texas State, I would probably be more likely to pick Texas State, honestly.
I got you.
Then you guys have what do you think? You guys think beat Eastern Michigan?
I think we can. I haven't done a deep dive into the MAC yet. Me and my buddy, we also have a another YouTube channel that we run that we're doing college football or conference previews right now. I haven't gone through the MAC just yet, so I'm not 100% sure. Typically though, Eastern Michigan, they're not usually very good, but I think they have been trending up in the last couple years, if I'm not mistaken.
They have. They had a really good quarterback, Glass the third, and he's gone now. But Eastern Michigan was on a upward trend for a little bit in the MAC.
Okay, yeah, okay. I got one of the which one magazine I got here, the Athlon Sports. So I mean, it says they're returning 9 starters on offense and 7 on defense. Last year they went 2-4. They only played 6 games last year because of COVID. I don't know. Like I said, it's probably this one might be a toss up. They do have a lot coming back on offense outside of their running back and their quarterback. And this magazine's got them projected at 6-6. So I mean, I don't like you said, it's probably a toss up type game. So I don't know. Yeah, hopefully we win. I think that one, if we're gonna have a breakthrough season, we probably need to win that game. But I mean, like you said, it's in Michigan. Who knows?
Yeah, you guys win that game, and I mean, honestly, you're probably 3-1 going in the conference. I say worst case scenario, probably 2-2. You guys opened with South Alabama at home. I think you guys beat South Alabama. I think on ESPN FBI, you guys are about 70 some odd percent favored to win that game.
Really?
Yep.
Nice. I mean, that's another one I could see being a toss-up type game. I think South Alabama's got the old South Carolina quarterback. He was at Utah last year. What was his name, man?
Not Helinski, is it?
Not Helinski. One of the other guys.
Jake Bentley.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, he's thrown like 8,000, 9,000 yards in his career, whatnot. Yeah, they got him now. So that was a good gift for them. But they got a new head coach as well. So who knows? Their offensive line gave up like the most sacks in the Sun Belt last year. So they got some stuff they got to get corrected over there as well. But it is a game we can win, and it's a home game too, first conference game. So yeah, hopefully we can start off the season at least. Yeah, like you said, maybe 3-2, possibly 4-1.
Right. Yeah, I say easy, at least 3-2. 4-1, beat Eastern Michigan. You know.
Yeah, that would be great. I'd be ecstatic.
Yeah,
that's for sure. We haven't had 4 wins in a season, and geez, probably since what 2016, maybe. It's been a while.
Yeah, they're due. I think they do get at least 4 wins. That's what I'm putting the floor at 4 wins for you guys. You guys do have a little tougher stretch coming up with these next 3 games. You got Troy at home, and then you're at Georgia State and at Louisiana. I say best case scenario, you get a win out of either Troy and Georgia State, lose one of those. At Louisiana, I think Louisiana is one of, if not the best team in the Sun Belt coming in this year.
Yeah. I actually have Louisiana beating you guys in the championship game. We did our Sun Belt preview, and that's what I have. I think they've been building for this moment for a while now. I think this might be I'm drawing a blank. What's their coach's name again?
Napier,
yes. I think this might be his last go over there. So I think he's gonna want to go. They're gonna want to send him out on top. So I just have a feeling. I don't know why. But yeah, I think they're really good. I mean, they're coming into the season ranked in both polls as they should. And yeah, I think they had 20 starters coming back. The only thing they lost on offense were their running back. So they're loaded. But yeah, that's probably a loss. The Georgia State game, that's going to be tough too at Georgia State. Georgia State's one of my surprise teams in the Sun Belt this year. They've been trending in the right direction too the last few years. So I really like Sean Elliott and what he's doing over there. But yeah, I mean, so yeah, you got maybe 2-2 non-conference, start off 3-2 if we beat South Alabama. Let's say we lose those next 3 games, we go 3-5, then we should beat ULM at home. That puts us at 4-5 coming into that stretch. We got Georgia Southern at home. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I could see us winning 5 games, possibly 6 or 7 if everything goes right, which would be great. I mean, if we can win 6, 7 games this year, that's the step in the right direction. And we got to win. We got to win now because the recruiting, how we're recruiting right now, we went after all transfers. I don't know if you've seen that or whatnot, but we only signed like 1 high school kid, and the rest were like all transfers. So we're gonna have to win sooner rather than later. If not, we're gonna be in some trouble. So yeah, hopefully we could get 6 wins this year.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely anywhere from 4 to 7. You steal a win at Eastern Michigan, still won against Troy, and maybe pull off the upset with Southern or Arkansas State even. I mean, you guys end the season at Arkansas State. Last year, you guys beat them by 2 points, if I'm not mistaken. I think that'd be a dang good game. They got Butch Jones as their head coach now, so and it'll be the last game of the year. Butch Jones might have those boys. Hopefully you might have them right by then, but I like to see.
But the tough thing with Arkansas State, I don't know if you've looked at their schedule. Their schedule is brutal. So like, my question is, at that point in the year, are they going to even be playing at 100%? Are they going to care? Because look, if you look at Arkansas State's schedule, outside of the first game, which is an FCS team, they then got Memphis, at Washington, at Tulsa, at Georgia Southern, Coastal Carolina, and Louisiana.
All
Those
in
are
a
the
row?
next 6 games. Yeah, all in a row. Well, so they got Memphis, Washington, Tulsa, Georgia Southern, Coastal, and Louisiana back to back to back to back. The next 6 games.
Sounds like 1 and 6, honestly.
Yeah, I know. 2 and 5 at best is what I was looking at when I was looking at that. So I mean, I don't know. They got a pretty brutal first half of the schedule. So yeah, they're gonna have to ride the ship. That's for sure. If they're gonna want to get anything done in the second half of that season. So I don't see that game being a game that we can't win. Their defense was really bad. I think our quarterback had his best game of the season last year against them. Like 400 yards passing or something like that. But it's not a game that I don't think we can't win. So I think actually the West, the 2 spot out in the West is wide open. Outside of Louisiana, I think pretty much anybody except ULM can get that second spot, I think. So
yeah, I definitely agree with that. I think honestly that second spot, I mean it is really wide open. I'd love to see ULM do good with Terry Bowden there now, but I just don't see it. I just don't see it, especially in the one there. I don't think Butch Jones will have Arkansas State up to the second spot in the West either. I think you guys probably could third.
Texas State's coach Jake Spavital is the only non-first year guy out there outside of Louisiana. All the other 3 coaches are in their first year there. So if there was ever a time for us to take advantage, it'd be this year, that's for sure. So
yeah, no doubt. Let's do some. We got some Sunbelt picks. This one should be very easy. Monroe at LSU.
Monroe at LSU. I'm gonna go with Monroe. No, I'm just playing. Yeah, of course LSU's gonna win that game. Yep. Oh man. Yeah. What week is that? Is that week 1 or what?
Week 12. Week 12 is our
week 12. One of those random games for the SEC where they beat up on somebody.
Yep, it's that week in the SEC where they have where they play like some of the lower Sunbelt, CUSA, teams like that. To get ready for FCS. Get ready for week 13, which would be end of the year.
Okay, cool.
This one is a lot more intriguing though. It's Louisiana at Liberty. 2 teams.
That is a good game. That could be a good game. What week is that?
These are all week 12 games, so those should be ranked. Louisiana for sure by then. I think Louisiana will stay ranked throughout the year. Liberty should be ranked right now. I think Liberty should be ranked.
Yeah. Oh man, At Liberty.
Yep, at Liberty, and they got that dangerous quarterback there. So
Yeah, Malik Willis. He's special. That's for sure. Oh gosh, that's a tough one. I'm gonna roll with Louisiana.
Louisiana, yep, that's what I have going. I got Louisiana. I got Louisiana winning that one. I think the only team that might be able to beat Louisiana is Texas, week 1 down in Austin. But
Yeah,
that's
I'm
gonna be
pumped
another
for that.
great game.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I think they're 9 or 10 point dogs right now, but it should be a good game.
Yeah, I think they cover. I think they cover. Don't know if they pull it off, but I think they cover that one. Another one. Should be dangerous for Tennessee. They're playing one of the bottom tier teams in the Sun Belt, Georgia State. Last time Tennessee played a bottom tier, no. Tennessee's playing South Alabama. I was trying to throw a shot too early.
Okay, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
yeah, they beat Georgia State beat them last time they played.
Yep. Yeah, I took my shot. I was one step ahead of my shot there at Tennessee, but yeah, Tennessee's playing South Alabama at home. Last time they played a Sun Belt team at home, which I think was Georgia State, and Georgia State went in there and beat them by 7, if I'm not mistaken. But I think Tennessee does take care of South.
Yeah, the one thing Tennessee has going for them in that game is the fact that it's so late in the season. I mean, it obviously SEC teams have more depth than Sun Belt teams, and that's what second to last game. So, yeah, I think Tennessee's depth, that if anything, will prevail and give them a victory in that game.
Yeah, for sure. Next, we got App and Troy. It's at Troy. I don't think it matters. I think App wins. I think App wins at minimum 9 games this season. They definitely it'll come down between us and App for winning the East and playing Louisiana.
I think so too. I said the same thing in my in our little preview. My big question mark for App is quarterback play. What's his name? Bryce.
Chase Bryce.
Right. Chase Bryce. That's right. What Chase Bryce are they getting? Are they getting the one that did solid as a backup at Clemson, or are they getting the one that threw 15 picks last year at Duke? So that's the big question mark for them. I think they also have a few pieces to replace on the offensive line as well. So that's the question mark for them. For that reason, I rolled with Coastal. What game are we talking about right now? I forgot.
App and Troy.
App and Troy.
Yep.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I'm going with that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Coastal and App game is going to be it's a great one. It's going to be on a Wednesday night in Boone, so that's going to definitely roll in their favor. But
Coastal's got 2 weeks to prepare for that game, don't they?
Yep, we play on the 7th, and then won't play again until the 20th.
Yeah. Okay. See, there's another advantage that Coastal's got going for them in that one. So
right.
Another reason I think I went with Coastal to win the East. So yeah.
And then we got to round out the Sun Belt before our game, we have Arkansas State at Georgia State. I think I'm just high on Butch Jones for whatever reason, and I actually have Arkansas State pulling that one off
against Georgia State.
Yep, against Georgia State.
I got Georgia State. They're one of my surprise teams this year. Again, I like what Sean Elliott has done. He's built a solid program over there. I think they have all 11 starters returning on offense as well this year. So I'm rolling with Georgia State in that one. Butch Jones, yeah. He's done a solid job in his career, but his first year, I think Arkansas State had big issues on defense last year. So they're going to have to do some. They're going to have to get things going the way they want to do things over there. So I think Georgia State will win that game this year.
Yeah, I think that'd be one of the a surprisingly good game for teams in the Sun Belt that aren't Coastal, App, Louisiana teams.
Right.
It should be one of the better Sun Belt games. Actually, no, we have one more, but it's a non-conference game. BYU at Georgia Southern. This is not the same BYU team as last year.
No, definitely not. They lost a lot, and including their quarterback. Oh man, it's BYU at Georgia Southern.
At Southern.
That's week 12 as well.
Week 12, yep.
Oh gosh, I'm torn on that one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Sun. I'm gonna roll with the Sun Belt and go with Georgia Southern. I'm not sure though. I'm not confident in that one whatsoever.
Yeah, but I like BYU did lose a whole lot. However, they usually got some big boys in Provo.
Yeah,
So,
they do have big boys, grown men too. So
yes,
they do
a
their
grown man
mission.
after doing their mission for 2 or 4 years, however long it is, and then they come back to college. So they definitely do have
Yeah,
one of the highest average age per players in the FBS.
right.
Switching out this one should decide the Big 12. If not, then the Texas, Oklahoma, or Texas Iowa State. But Iowa State at Oklahoma, I think winner will win the Sun Belt or Big 12. I'm sorry, I'm used to the Sun Belt owning the Big 12 over here, so I thought they changed their name. But Iowa State and Oklahoma, two teams that actually lost to Sun Belt teams last year. If not, Oklahoma lost to one, didn't they?
No, not Oklahoma.
No, it was,
Iowa State did. They lost to
okay, it was
Louisiana.
Iowa State, Kansas, and was it Kansas State the third
And
one?
Kansas State. Yeah,
Kansas
Kansas State
yeah.
was the third one.
Yeah, Oklahoma would have been the fourth one if we had a team that they wanted to play. But
Yeah. Now Oklahoma's supposed to be loaded this year. It's what I hear, anyways. I don't know. They're supposed to be one of their best defenses in years or whatnot. So I don't know. I think that game's gonna be a rematch. Like they're gonna play, and then I think they'll play again in the Big 12 championship. So I don't know, but I'll roll with Oklahoma in the regular season. I think Iowa State will get them in the Big 12 championship.
yeah, that's one of those where whoever wins in the regular season will lose in the championship. It's hard to beat teams like that twice, especially in one
Right.
season.
And not only that, you got to remember, don't be surprised if there's some fishy calls from the refs because of the stuff going on with Oklahoma and Texas leaving the Big 12 and whatnot. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying for sure it's going to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if it happened either. So,
Oh, for sure. That conference might be it might be Dunzo in a little bit.
yeah, it's on the verge, and one maybe two more teams leaving, it's done for. So it'll be interesting to see if they try to stay together or what. Obviously those teams, those 8 remaining teams, they're got to do what's best for them. But right now, the best thing for them might be staying together because they got those big paydays coming. If Texas and Oklahoma leave, I think that's like 80 million each. So they'd be able to split like 160 million 8 ways or however that works. So especially if they don't have another Power 5 conference lined up. If they don't, then yeah, the best thing for them to do right now is just stay together and collect those checks. So
Yeah,
who
for
knows?
sure. Next, we got Michigan State and Ohio State. Good old game in the Big Ten. I think the Buckeyes win that one pretty handily.
Yeah, I could see Ohio State winning that one by 4 touchdowns. I don't think Michigan State is trending in the right direction right now. So
Yeah,
I can see that one being ugly.
This one right now is 2 preseason top 25 teams. Will it be top 25 by week 12? I don't know. But it's Oregon at Utah. Utah, I've always been high on the last couple of years, and they've let me down. Oregon just really hasn't been the same since they played the title game against Florida or at Auburn back when Auburn had Cam Newton. But
That's
I
a tough
think,
one.
yeah,
A lot of people are high. A lot of people are high on Oregon this year. I think some of that might have to be just because they're looking for somebody in the Pac-12 to be high on. Man, where did you say that game was?
that is in Utah.
In Utah. Oh my. I'm gonna roll with the upset. I'm gonna go with Utah on that one.
The Utes.
Being
There
at
you go.
Utah. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the upset.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Ducks just because why not? Utah's looking down. We got a couple more before we get to us. Texas, the other future SEC team, is in Morgantown at West Virginia.
So, man, I think what's his name is gonna do pretty good there. Neil Brown, right? The former Troy coach, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I think he'll do good with West Virginia. He might take another year or so, but that is another tough one, in Morgantown. Texas got some first year coach. I'm gonna roll with West Virginia.
West Virginia. Yeah, I think they'll sing Country Roads at the end of that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Then we got the band is on the field with Cal and Stanford. This one's in Stanford.
Stanford's trending in the wrong direction lately. Cal, I believe Cal's got a good defense, but their offense ain't very good, if I'm not mistaken.
Cal has some. They've been going in the right direction, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too. But they haven't. Their offense has given them some issues. Their defense has been really good. I'm gonna go with Cal because, like I said, yeah, Stanford has definitely been going in the wrong direction. I think Cal, like you said, maybe has been. They, for the most part, has been going in the right direction. I'm gonna roll with Cal now.
There you go. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with Stanford. Just
Against Super Stanford. Okay.
I mean, it's like picking those games. Like Texas, Oklahoma. That's a coin flip game, honestly. Games like that should be, like Notre Dame, USC, games like that. Really, really hard to pick, especially like some of these games that we did pick. There's some really hard ones to pick on here, but lastly, we have our game. Coastal returns 20 out of 22 starters. This game is in Brooks Stadium at Coastal. It's our last home game of the year before we head out to South Alabama. I'm hoping, based on our schedule, if we can win at App State, we should be undefeated when we play Texas State. If not, I mean, at the absolute worst, one loss. I mean, our schedule is. I don't know if you listen to the Rage and Review podcast, but they made a good point. Our schedule is not the toughest one.
Oh no, y'all. It's unfortunate because y'all have so much coming back. It'd be nice to see if y'all had a little bit more challenging schedule where y'all can end up in how high y'all can end up in the rankings. Because I just know with this schedule, they're gonna keep y'all right in the same area. I think what do y'all start 23 or something like that in the AP?
22. Yeah.
They're gonna keep y'all in that range for the entire year. They not until y'all need App State to be ranked. I know App State plays Miami early on. They need to upset Miami or something like that. They have to end up ranked to really help y'all out. If y'all could beat them.
Right.
Other than that, though, it's just gonna be so hard to get like a signature win for you guys up until the Sun Belt Conference Championship. So it would be nice to see a little bit more challenging schedule from you guys, but at the same time, y'all have a great chance to run the table if y'all can get by App State, which would be awesome too. So definitely help in recruiting and whatnot.
Oh, for sure. And App State, before they play us, they play Louisiana.
That's brutal. So see, like if App State could upset them and beat Miami, and they could come in at something like the top 20 or something like that, then that would be a huge game or whatnot. So that's what I'd be hoping for if I was a Coastal fan. But anyways, back to our game. At that point, man, Texas State might be right on the verge of bowl eligibility right then, and it could be a pretty big game. Bigger for y'all, obviously, but I still think it might be a pretty big game. But I until I see otherwise, I'm gonna have to roll with Coastal Carolina in that one. Might be a little closer than the people might think it will be at this point in time, but I'm gonna still roll with you guys in that one.
There you go. Yeah, you gotta what is oh man, what does that guy on game day say? It's strictly business.
It's strictly business. Who says that?
Oh Lord, Lee Corso. That's the
Lee
one.
Corso, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, whenever he picks against a team that he wants to pick, he'll say it's strictly business, and
Oh, that's right, he does.
Put on the gear. I'll put on my hat. I have to go Coastal on that one. I do think it'll be closer than last year for sure. I think last year was what was the difference? 35. It was 5 scores maybe last year.
Man, I don't remember to be. Oh, you know what? I got the scores right here. Last year they won by 35. So
35. Yep.
Yeah, it was pretty bad last year. But at that time, we were already in the point in the season where I think we were like 2-7, 2-8, or something like that. Like it wasn't looking good for us, that's for sure. So hopefully it's different circumstances. Hopefully we're right around bowl eligible. If not, we are bowl eligible when we're playing at higher stakes at that point, hopefully.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, hopefully you guys are sitting around 5 wins. Even if you can't beat us, you still got Arkansas State. Get your 6th win and get some bowl eligibility there. I like to see a whole lot of teams get some bowl eligibility out of the Sun Belt. You know, us, Louisiana, App, you guys, Georgia Southern probably. Definitely not
man.
Arkansas State with their schedule.
Yeah, that's tough. You got it tough.
Yeah, that's a brutal schedule for them. That sucks.
Yep.
But man, I do appreciate you coming on the show. Hopefully next year. I'm not sure if we go to Texas State or not. I don't know if it's our bye year with Texas State. I think we had our bye year with Texas State 2 years ago. If I'm not, it was 2 or 3. I know every year we have a bye with one of the teams. This year is actually with Louisiana. Unfortunately, with all the talking we had last year with the championship
Yeah,
game.
I know.
So that
I think y'all are gonna get to meet up with them in the conference championship now. So I know I'm excited for that one. I hope y'all do play them because I want to see that game. I know I watched y'all's game against them last year when y'all won by 3, and I know a lot of them were highly upset not to get the rematch against y'all in the conference championship.
Right.
So I'm excited for that one.
Oh yeah, I mean they do have a right to be mad. Like I said, it's hard to beat a good team twice in 1 year. The game was going to be at Coastal. You know, Coastal had just all this hype, and unfortunately, we saw what happened with all that hype in the bowl game. That's one of the major things that coach them this year is how they can handle success, and definitely they got to come out and they got to handle the Citadel well. They got to handle Kansas well as well. That's going to be beating Kansas for the 3rd straight year. They gotta take care of business those first couple weeks for sure in Conway.
Yeah. They can't. They gotta stay focused. That's for sure because they're gonna be expected to win most, if not all, these games. So they got to stay focused, and if they do, then I think they'll get that rematch that a lot of people want to see in the Sun Belt.
Oh, I think all of America almost wants to see that game, and I'm pretty sure America 2 years ago didn't even know Coastal Carolina had a football team, and now a lot of people want to see that Coastal and Louisiana game. And if they do play, whether it's at Coastal or at Louisiana, I think that has potentially a high dollar game. Both teams could be 8-0. Looking at both their schedules, they could be 8-0 in the Sun Belt, and it might come down to who's ranked the highest. And honestly, right now there's Coastal's 22, Louisiana's 23. If Louisiana beats Texas, I think they might jump us. And unless we absolutely destroy App State, I don't know if they could put us above Louisiana if they have a win over.
Yeah, that's tough. So they definitely have the scheduling advantage. So like you said, if they can get past Texas, they're likely going to be the higher ranked team going into that game. But if they lose, that kind of opens up the table for you guys because y'all don't have the great schedule. But if y'all are undefeated and they have 2 losses or whatnot, then y'all are going to be the higher ranked team.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are excited for that game in the Sun Belt and even outside, like that, outside of the Sun Belt as well.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, this is Josh. I'm Hayden with FifthQuarterCCU. He's representing Sidelines, Texas State. I appreciate you coming on, man. Look forward to our game. I look forward to coming to San Marcos in the next upcoming year for sure.
Yeah, sounds good, man. If you do make it down this way, just give me a holler and then we'll link up. So
Will do, man.
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Yes, sir.